Well, finally, hi guys. It took me around 45 minutes to solve the problem, and I have to change my location because of it. Voice is coming fine, and yeah, let's just start with the practice today. It took me uh, around 45 hours to finish that. So yeah, well, anyways, we have to do an article. So, what should we do? We'll kick things off with an article first. So, if you want to join me in this article, you can. Else, we are all fine. And you can do your practice, I can do my practice, and we can continue. I have to check constantly that there is no problem while I'm conducting the stream, and also can check that. So, for the people who want to do their practice, then do their practice, and who wants to join me can join me. So we are doing an article from the Quillet. It's a culture-based 10 minutes read, and the article or the essay name is The Skewing Overtone Window. So let's give it a read, and I'll meet you after a few minutes, and then we will discuss about this article. So, uh, went through the article, and it feels like this article was not cultural based, but felt like more of a political based. Maybe there are few parts where I can say that maybe it's a cultural thing, but then I'm not finding it as something which is cultural. So, shall we begin with this RC article, my bad, article? So, skewing the Overton window. The article is by Tomislav Gardens, and I think this is someone who's from I don't know, and I'll not focus on that part. So, we'll start from the fascism remains a boogeyman of the Western political culture, as historian Stanley G. I don't know, observes no modern political phenomena has thoroughly discredited and obliterated, obliterated Um, just leave it as European fascism was in 1940s. That the F word was never buried. It had achieved a demonic status like no other, and making it very useful for partisan polynomics. And to label someone fascist is to disqualify them from the civil discourse entirely. What did it mention? I don't know. I know the overall tone of this. I just know one thing about this thing is that overall the overall tone was negative. The only thing I know about this is that this is something which is a negative tone. And someone special is mentioned here. The party of, like we all know about Mr. Prime Minister George G. Ambani and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as we all know about that. So yeah, let's focus on this. The party of Italian Prime Minister Giorgio Meloni, and I don't know, often is described as post-fascist. Similarly, coverage of the Marine Le Pen's resemblant national often highlights the fact that amongst the party founder, often SSM member peers, I don't know, at ho- not how often have you heard about Melani's principal rival Democrat Party traces its lineage back to the Italian Communist Party, which was once faithful to Stalin. And for the people who don't know, Stalin was the ruler of the USSR, who was the most famous autocratic leaders of the USSR and, you know, one of the most prominent figures in the World War II. So, how frequently it mentioned that France President Emmanuel Macron has cooperated with Jean-Luc, I don't know, Amand, I don't know, Melkens coalition contains a variety of explicitly communist parties. So I think I'm able to see that there is a correlation with something which is Russia and the communist parties. So, and as I also noted down in my notes that there is a strongly mention of the Communist Party, fascism, and Russia in this whole paragraph. So in the Eastern Europe, many nominal socially democratic parties are in fact rebranded heirs of communist regimes, often enduring the ties of the old security structures and foreign intelligence. Just a second. I have this check. So yeah, let's read it in. In the Eastern Europe, many nominal social democratic parties are actively rebranded heirs of the Communist Party. So the now democratic parties are the rebrands of the communist regime, which were often enduring the old security structures in foreign intelligence services, particularly Russia. These connections imply a serious strategic and security concern. The Social Democratic Party of the Poland, Romania, Croatia, Slovenia, and all direct successors of the respective ruling Communist Party. Bulgarian Socialist Party maintains a openly pro-Russia policy orientation as to eliminates the Czechs. Social Democrat and the Slovak governing party smear. I don't know, followed by this, and the latest victory parade. Throughout the Central and the Eastern Europe, intellects and the political figures who were loyal supporters of the sometimes collaborators with communist regimes have seamlessly rebranded themselves as the advocate of the liberal democratic values without ever renouncing their prior allegiance. In Germany, AfD treated Adolf Hitler, I don't know AfD who is an anarchist. So it's treated as a pariah. Pariah is something which is more of an outcast, or if you don't know outcast, something which is who's excluded from everything and excluded from the civilization. Uh, Surveilled by the domestic intelligence agency and part in the coalition talks. Yet, DILR has, which has documented ties from the forest ties operatives, are considered legitimate governing partners with the several states, German states. So the thing is that the former communist parties are now behaving like democratic parties, and there are some examples of them, and we will not focus on the part. Let's move on. Political parties evolve, of course. It's not only only a natural but a welcome trend for former communist party to transform into a moderate system. But yeah, it should also be seen as a positive development when parties with far right origin adopt more moderate status. Moral stance, after all, many parties changed ideological course over time, a fact often reflected in the name. Mexico, long dominant central party, is called the Institutional Revolutionary Party, for example. So, till the read, I guess that this is an article which is more focused on the passive, more focused upon the political part. I'm not seeing it as a cultural thing. So, until this read, I have not found anything else. Let's read. Neither this party nor this party advocates fascist policies. Today, these parties do not reject democratic framework. They are not authoritarian. They do not do this. They do not do this. They do not. They call for public status. They espouse radical nationalism, relentless emphasis on faces in the faces roots, and serves as a political function to block their rivals' ideas and quite until quite recently were widely accepted across the democratic policies that international sovereignty, primacy of the domestic citizens, and this, and this, dash, 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 and dash. It mentioned something which I'm not comprehending right now, but then yeah, I'm only seeing fascist, neither this and this were fascist, authoritarians, and I think that this is something which is moving towards the fascism part of this passage. One of the key preconditions of revolution seems to be young society. This man pointed out in 1968. This formation will coincide with the demographic youth, and so youth shares the German population was at peak. The Arab Spring was dominantly led by the young people. This is very one of the reasons. Fascination based culture of youth, blah blah blah, that's that. Mention about something which was the youth concentration of the German and the Arabs, and in the left was working class or potential revolutionary. The Marxism is the history of the something authentic is the greatest revolutionary, and those lies, and this seems this article is more dense, and yeah, this is a difficult read. I'll I'll just be honest with you, this is a difficult read I'm reading this. And I have not read in this before, so that's taking a bit more time, but yeah. So, but then yeah, it's not more about uh, you know trying to get over it, trying to understand the whole RC. I'm just trying to look for the keywords and trying to move forward with it. So yeah, seeing this, Tim Berry, this, Blunskis, radical right, while doing this, Islamism, the extremist, the reactionaries, meanwhile the ideals are theoretical, then the self-education, moral sense, such political. So yeah. Oh, take a step and out. Yeah. I'm not saying anything particularly related to the cultural part of this passage. Until all the things which I've read is still more related to the people or maybe politics, but I'm not saying a fascism related area. Together, these tendencies have created a political compass that only points leftward, moderate right-wing politics, and shun corporations. No matter how electoral significant, democratically legitimate they may left wings are under no comparable obligations. In the same current structure is around the right center. So I think this is a more passage which is talking about the right wing and talking about how some parties, especially the now Democrats, were originally um, communist. Their ties with Russia, their ties with Germany. So yeah, this was more of an article which was based upon the politics, not on the cultural side. So yeah, well, I think this is it, and this is it for this article. And this was something which this article was something else. So yeah, well, let's move on. I'm thinking of doing LRDI today. So well, I have currently no one. So let's just continue. And I'm thinking of doing LRDI today. I shouldn't have closed the cracku. Uh, and that famous slot 3, infamous for its LRDI. Well, let's see. I don't know, I'm not so comfortable in the situation. Shh. Oh, this is not a comfortable position. Well, yeah, this is cat 23 slot 3, cat's most famous cat's most famous slot in the history, and the most famous question, the AC slot 1. Well, um, for the people who wants to do this can pause this or take a screenshot, whichever they like, whichever they can. First question, second question, third question, fourth question, and fifth question. Next up, 6 police stations. So this is the next part, and this is the next. So this is the first. This is the first part, and this is the rest with question number 1. Who wants to take the screenshot can take this, or anyways, yeah. Um, just a second. Done. And I wasn't on for this long. Damn. That's what. Uh, just a second, guys. That was my bad on my. That was honestly my mistake. I was blabbering and with myself until now. I didn't know. I'm so sorry, guys. I should have checked. I should have checked. So yeah. Well, anyways, let's just keep this open and yeah. Sorry, that's a bad my bad. Okay. Well, anyways, let's continue. Uh, completed the set number one. For anyone who wants the answer, I can help them. So let me check whether the voice is coming or not, or don't do anything bad. Just a second. Yeah, I'm done. So yeah, the voice is fine. So the set. This is the CAD 23 slot 3. This is the police station set. 6 police stations A B C D F A B C D E F, which are connected by these streets, and these streets, and this is the clues. A team needs 30 minutes to cross the street. So like this is the time this would need. So A to C would need around 30 minutes to complete it to reach C. If the first thing is that every 4 teams starts from station A. So like 9 a.m., 9 p.m. everyone is here, and by 12 a.m. they have to return to A respectively. So the last station would be A. Next, possible routes. None of the streets has more than one team traveling along it in any direction at any given point. So like one route, one possible team. Like if 9:30, if I have a team number one from A to C from 9 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. 9 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. there will be no other team than team number one who can cross this route. So once a team picks a route, it will be the only team on that route at that given point. These were the clues, and just a second, I need my I need my stylus. I'm back with the stylus. So I'll create a table for us to answer. This is the place. Let's draw it here. So team number 1, 2, 3, and last 4. These are 4 teams, and I'll take a series of questions. So this would be 9. This would be 9, 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30, and this is the last one is 12. These are the possible number which is a time slot which a team can follow. So the first thing is that we have the first clue. Only team 2 and team 3 are at E and D station respectively. Only team which are present on station E and D at 10 hours
So 9, 9:30, 10. 10 is team number 2 is at E. Same goes for C, which is at D at 10:30. So this is the route, and we are here. So every team would start here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So both teams starts at this time and will start from A, have to reach to E and D respectively at the given time. So let's move on to the next clue. Team 1 and Team 3 are at E at 10:30. So 10:30, which is 1 and 3 are the only ones. So 10, 10:30, 1 is E and 3 is E. And we know the possible direction of this. So this is D to E. This is the only team which would be present at 10 to 10:30 window. Next question. Team 1 and Team 4 are the only ones at station B and E respectively at 11:30. So Team 1 at B and Team D at E. Yeah, Team B at E. And we have to go back to A. So this have to be A and this have to be A because the condition is that they have to return by 12, 12 hours. So this final value will be A. Team 1 and Team 4 are the only ones to follow to get A in E. So like this is route for only A and E. Only 1 and 4. Nice. Because it eliminates one more route for everyone. And there is another possibility that that 4 will not take. 4, B, D, and F are not the possibilities which it can take. So we have more clues to help out this one question. So the clues are now over. It's a time for the hit and trial. As we all know that all teams will start from A at 9 p.m. or 9 hours. So this is fixed. Next part is 9:30. 4 can't take B, D, and F. 3 and 3 have to go to D, so it will follow C. A have to reach E, and it can't take this route. It can't reach from this route. So the only possibility for team number 2 is if he follows F. If he goes from F, E, A, F, E, that's the only possibility he can get towards the possible route. Next is that the next question, next part is that A have to reach E by 10 p.m. Now, A have to go somewhere. We can't keep a team waiting. So there is no possibility that the team can wait. They have to travel through this route as well. So there is no stopping in between. So we have to let them through a route. So as we know that F is not the possibility, C is not a possibility, and E, we will reach E directly if we went through this route. So not this, but we also have to go, but we also can go to B and E. This is the straight route for team number 1 which it can follow. So there is no possible, there is no mention of that point that they can't they can visit a place more than once. And if you look at the questions are as follows that a team will pass through a route again and again. Yeah. Where is that? So there's a possibility that they will go through one route again and again. So we can just go back and back. F is not a possibility, C is not a possibility. If we go to E, the only teams which can be present at 10 p.m. is team number 2. So we can't be there. So the only possibility for A is that it go A, B, come back to A, and then E. Then it has to come back to B, so it can go back to A and it will reach B. So this is the complete route for team number 1. Now we have a route for team number 1. We can do for the team number 2. Now we will look forward the next clue that team have to return to station by 12 hours. So there is no, so a team can return to the station before time. So let's try this possibility. Now, do we have any other possibility for team 2? We don't have any other possibility for team 2. So let's see and just let's try to get this over with. So it's back at E. It can go back to A if we have to get this over. We have to get it back to B. We can't. This is a 10:30 window, and 10:30 window is already taken by other team. So we can't use this route. We can't use this route. This route is not possible. The only route which is possible to A is F, and then last at A. And we are back at A, and we don't have to go anywhere else. This is the possible route for team number 2. Now back to E. We know that. Do we have any other conditions where it mentions? So team 3 as it is at E, and this is 10:30 11, so it can go back, it can go to F and A. This is the one window, or it can go back. Let's see. Yeah. It doesn't. Will it go back 10:30? We are 11. Do we have any other possibility? I don't think so. Yeah. First, let's move on to the fourth team. Let's try to get these values. So first thing first, uh, we can't B can't team 4 can go to B, D, and F. So route 3 is out, route F is out, and route B is out. So this route is out, this route is out, and this route is obviously out. So A can only go to this, but it has to reach uh, by 11:30. 9 p.m. can't start here because our team was already present here. So 9 p.m. only one possibility is E, back to A. F is not possibility, D, it can't go to D, left with only A. Then this is 10:30. Do 4 have to present in anywhere else? No, doesn't have to be present anywhere else. So we can't go back to E, because if we go back to E, we will not return at E at 11:30. So we will get back to C, we will get back to A, and this is the only possibility which is possible for this. So now for this route for team 3, E to A is not possible. Well, it can't take this route. C can't take this route. F is the only possibility. F, it can go to F. Where 10:30, 11:30. If we went, yeah. Do we have any other team? So we have A and A. We can go to F. We can go to D. If we go to D, C, and A. If we go to F, A and F and A. So there are two possibilities. It can either go from A, it can go from D, C and A, or it can either go to F and A. We have two possibilities. Let's see. But F2A is not possible as this team is already going. No, this team can start. Yeah, so this team can also start. Uh, A to E, E to A, we don't have a problem here. E to A, we don't have a problem here. We don't have a problem here. So yeah, we don't have any problem with this part. So yeah. Uh, so let's check. The first question, I give the answer E. Which one among the following station is visited by the largest number of times? Largest number of times. So A is the end station. A isn't in the option, so we will not look at A. The options are C, E, D, F. We have 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E, and 5E. Next, do we have an F? We do have an F. 1F, 2F. If this is the possibility, 3F, or if it's not, only 2F. So either way it goes out. So yeah, C. We only are able to see two possibilities for C, so 2 goes out. D. We only see around one possibility or two possibilities for D, so D goes out. The only option we left is E, and E is the correct option. Next question, which team patrols the connecting street from D to E at 10:15? D to E at 10:15, 10:30 to 10 to 10:30 is DE, is team number 3, and D is the correct answer. 3 is the correct answer. How many times does team 4 passes through E? We know it passes through E only 2 times, which is 2, and the answer is correct. Yeah, I think I forgot about this set. 1 minute. How many teams passes through station C in a day? I remember that I gave this answer. Only 2 teams, and yeah, that's correct. Only 2 teams which will go through this as these teams. So yeah. Well, this was the set. Looking at the answers, I got everyone correct, everything correct. So it's a good attempt. Oh, oh, that was the amazing set we did. Ah, oh. Well, anyways, before continuing ahead, short break. My neck is killing me because I'm not sitting at my proper table because of the network issue. I had to sit closer to the Wi-Fi. So yeah. Well, anyways, how's your prep going? Anyone who's present, how's your prep going in? Well, let's just talk and then yeah, let's anyone. Oh yeah, I forgot about the latency part. Well, we can wait and yeah, I think we are back on track. Are we? Well, let's uh, do this thing. So this is the question which I have. We are on a short break. So yeah, let's just have this a quiet moment for a few seconds, and then we will see if we want to continue or not. Oh, just a second, guys. Can I just check this? Uh, can I check this? Check the score. Well, I don't think that India is in a good position right now. Yeah, I don't think so. India is in a good position. It's in the worst one. Yeah, and for the Women's World Cup, hmm, damn. We are not getting nominated, but then yeah, let's just see. Oh, God. Do we have anyone in the chat? Oh, oh, sorry. The net is traveling again. Ah, hmm. Oh, I don't know. See, we were not able to do this session quite well. I was thinking of doing another, and sadly, yeah. Well, I don't know. Um, sorry guys, I'm taking a leave. I think that's it for me. Even though I've, I've planned this 3 hour sessions, but then yeah, it's not easy to do this. Well, then, anyways, I hope that you have enjoyed the sessions. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, goodbye.